Hello everyone, named Lisa, JJ Movie TV Game Reviews everybody, and now I'm going to give you my Assassin's Creed Syndicate game review. And here's the thing, I have played a game on the PS4 at my friend's house. I do not have the PS4 on me right now, so I haven't played it to its full extent to the ending, but I YouTube the freaking ending. That's what I did for the ending. And also because of this game, I'm just gonna say this, plain simply, is this a good game? Is this the one of the great Assassin's Creed game? Is this the worst Assassin's Creed game? So leave a comment down below, let me know, respect my opinion, I respect yours. So let's start off. Is Assassin's Creed Syndicate the best Assassin's Creed game? No, absolutely not. It's the worst game? Absolutely not either. But, is it better than Unity? For the next generation, is this the Assassin's Creed game that we all want for the next generation? And the answer is no. But it's a ton of a lot better than Unity. Here's the thing why it's better than Unity. Two of the main characters. Jacob and Evie Fry, two assassins, twins, brother, sister. They're in London, Victorian London, and right now, it's all about the new age of how reinventions with the grappling hooks and all that stuff. And basically, their father was an assassin. They're living up to their father's expectation. Jacob's more of a fighter, a brawler, while Evie portrays more of the... She just basically just more of like trying to find the precursor objects. She's trying to learn more to this assassin type, killing, and to be more stealthy, while he's more up front and recruiting gang members and form his own gang in London and try to take over London from the Templars. And here's the thing: what this game fails at. The villain. The villain is a freaking mustache twirl of a villain. He has a twirl up, and he's just a evil for the sake of being evil. Oh, I have built a monument in England. I have made London into a great city. I'm sorry, no. Anyone who knows about the Assassin's Creed history of the Templar history in London, you do know the original Birch was a better Templar. I'm just saying, but if for all you don't know who Templar is, that's the guy that killed Edward Kenway, raised hate them to be a Templar, and hate them kill him at the end. That's a short little history. I'm just going to leave it for a plus. But for Assassin's Creed Syndicate, this game was a shitload of fun. This game was so much fun to play around. Going around in the carriages, a nice playback from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Except now we get to you steal the carriages, and technically you can't steal it from freaking police officers. So it's a little bit more different, a little bit more credible against the basically the guards who are the protectors of the city. Basically, it's kind of a little bit more difficult in a way. The combat system is better than Unity, but I'm still not a big fan of the combat system for the next gen. I feel like every single punch and hit or stab that you do, you're like, ooh, okay, whoa, let's go at it again. Let's go at it again. It's not like how in the old Assassin's Creed game where, and I'm not talking about the combat system, I'm talking about when you hit someone, they either block it with a sword and then you have to wait a bit. But this one, they're just like, oh, I hit you, come back. And I was not a big fan of that. But for Assassin's Creed Syndicate, two main characters that are basically trying to free London from the Templars. They do it, and at the end, they're both alive. They're both having a cheery old time. They're like, and these two characters, they're great together. They're both different in many ways. She's more stealth. He's more physical contact, confrontational, and all that stuff. And their gameplay, how their combat systems is different, but when you upgrade it, they are kind of very similar at the end to it. And the boss fight was, very lacking at the end. But also what this game introduced was another piece of Eden. It was the Shrouds of Eden. Just like how Unity had the Swords of Eden. Remember how in Assassin's Creed Unity they had those pieces of Eden that were the swords kind. Those are a different one. They introduced the Shrouds, which technically gets you a little not immortality, but it helps you so you won't get hurt and all that stuff. And you can survive without. You can survive certain wounds, and then you can heal it from some cases. The Shroud basically protects you from death in some cases, but it can't resurrect. Now, here, what I like about Assassin's Creed Unity is little drawbacks. Also, the present time is not really that important. You get another ones with those freaking hacker people helping out the assassins to beat the Templars. Well, a nice little thing that what I like about Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and I'll always say this, it's like these little moments. These little moments just make me love this game. Because they have, if you know the backstories of all this stuff, here's the thing, the Shrouds and all that stuff, the Shrouds of Eden, if you look up the backstory of the Shrouds of Eden, you know how they were used during the assassin's time to resurrect Brutus, the guy that killed Julius Caesar, which didn't work. We also get to a famous backstory of how a shroud was resurrect Lucretius Borgia's well, not resurrect, but heals Lucretius Borgia's child, who's Lucrezia Borgia. If you know in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, she was Cesare's sister. She had an affair with an assassin, and that assassin killed his fellow assassins just to take the shroud and to give it to save his child. And the assassins killed him, and then afterwards, some of that assassin that was killed for it, Ezio took over basically, and it was a nice little backup, like how Ezio helped Rome rebuild again and all that stuff with and especially with the shrouds, how this one incident with that assassin connects all those different characters together, which I love. And another thing about it was like, since that shroud saved that young guy, you know who he was, a Borgia, he became an assassin just like his father, which I thought was freaking phenomenal when I found out the backstory of the shroud. Also, another backstory is, well, Juno. You know, the freaking girl that at the end of Assassin's Creed 3, where basically Desmond freed her so she could save the human race. Well, she's actually manipulating the Templars to make her body of a precursor so she can invade it and she could take over. So this was a next step. This was Assassin's Creed Syndicate will always be a game of the next step. Where Unity was just a tiny little step, Syndicate had a bigger step in my opinion. It was a bigger step, but not by much. But for Syndicate, I will go back to Syndicate more than Unity. Here's the thing. Unity, I love Paris more than I love Notre Dame more than freaking London. But if I have to look at what's the better game, the better characters, and what brought more to Assassin's Creed universe, it's gonna have to be Syndicate. Syndicate brought a whole new universe than Unity. Syndicate Syndicate had its little moments, but these little moments I enjoyed. I thought this was a pretty dang solid game for the most part. Could have been better, absolutely. I just really want Assassin's Creed to take the next giant step and do more of the futuristic time, and just actually try to show more story, because that's what we always play Assassin's Creed for the story. But if I'm going to have to rank it up all the Assassin's Creed games, I have them all except for Unity, but I played it, and I played Assassin's Creed Syndicate as well. And if I have to give it all what I'm giving this entire score, it's going to be an 8 out of 10. It's a good B- video game, a good B game. But the thing is, though, with Assassin's Creed Syndicate, if I'm going to rank it all, and there's 9 Assassin's Creed games, I changed my list, obviously, but my least favorite right now is Unity. I used to have Revelations at number 9, but yeah, Unity is now my least favorite. Revelations, replayed it. I enjoyed it a little bit more, but still nothing is great. And then it's going to be Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Syndicate is great, but I like Assassin's Creed 1 more with Altair. I love Ezio's journey through the Borgias family and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed 2. I like Assassin's Creed Rogue, how to show the Templar's perspective and all that stuff. I like Assassin's Creed 3 a little bit, 3 more too. So out of all the Assassin's Creed games, this is ranked number 7. Just 7 out of 9. But it ranks number 7 out of 9 of all the Assassin's Creed games. But for the most part, Assassin's Creed Syndicate is a good, promising game. I will probably go back to this game again just to go around London, use a grappling hook and all that stuff, rob freaking carriages, want to beat up some cops and all that stuff. And when I do eventually get the game again, when I eventually do have the game for myself and all that, I'm gonna buy the Jack the Ripper DLC, and then hopefully we can have a run for the best DLC. Hopefully it's a great DLC. But overall, Assassin's Creed, I just love it. I enjoy Syndicate. It's not my favorite Assassin's Creed game, but overall it's a good time. It's good fun. Will I pay $60 for it? No. But maybe I'll pay like $25, $40, but I wouldn't pay the actual price, the original price, $60 for this game. Not way, no how. And I probably wouldn't pay $10 even for Unity. So, is this the best Assassin's Creed game for the next generation? Out of the two, between Unity and Syndicate, yep, this is a masterpiece compared to Unity. Overall, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, good fun, good characters, just a good time. Alright everyone, my name's Jalise, signing off everyone. You have a good day everybody. You can comment down below, let me know. Respect my opinion, I respect yours again. And yeah everyone, this is my Assassin's Creed Syndicate review. Alright everyone, my name's Jalise, signing off everyone. You have a good day everybody. Bye bye.